Hey, everybody. It's Feeling Good Friday. Hey, it's Dr. Phil Carson here again with you on this awesome, beautiful Friday. Bright, sunshiny day, and it is hot today. Even though it's September, it's still hot here in North Mississippi. I want to talk to you today about something that's very special to me, special to my heart, and something that made an impact on my life years ago. Where I am today, I'm standing right here next to the football field in Aberdeen, Mississippi, where 39 years ago on this day, I was getting ready for a football game out here. I played junior high and high school football on this field that long ago. And a lot of great memories on this field right here behind me, and in this field house that you see back over here, that's named after my high school football coach, Coach Thomas Pierce. So this week I went to see a movie with my family. A movie is called Greater, and it's a football movie. It's about a young guy who was possibly the most decorated or the most respected, best walk-on ever in college history. College football history. And his name was Brandon Burlsworth, and he was from Arkansas, walked on at the University of Arkansas back in the mid-1990s. This was a tremendous movie, and I highly recommend you all go and see this movie, especially if you're a coach, or if you coach in any capacity, you coach any sport, any age group, you do any kind of coaching, you need to go see this movie. Because this movie is not just about football, it's about the power and the influence of a coach, and about the power of a coach's words spoken into a young guy's life, and how it can change a person's life, how it can direct a person's life to change for the better. And there's a scripture in the Proverbs, found in Proverbs 25:11, that says the right word at the right time is like a custom-made piece of jewelry. In other words, the right word at the right time is extremely valuable in a person's life. And there's also another scripture in Proverbs that kind of goes along with this, and it's ironically it's in Proverbs 11:25. And this scripture says, the one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. And that is so true. So true. True in my life, and true in the people's lives who have spoken into my lives. I mentioned Coach Thomas Pierce. And unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. He passed away last year. But he was a tremendous coach that spoke words of encouragement into a lot of young guys' lives, including mine. And I get emotional thinking about this sometimes. But he spoke words into my life at a time when I really needed to hear them. And I can still feel his arm around my shoulder, and I can still hear his words of, Carson, I'm proud of you for the life you're living and the example that you're setting. And I can still hear the words of Coach Dwight McCone out here on this field one day that told me he thought I was one of the best in the conference. And the words of Coach Donnie Harris out on this field that pushed me to work harder and do more and be more than I ever thought I could be on the football field. It was a tremendous blessing to have those guys to speak into my life and to speak words of encouragement into my life. It made a difference. It directed my life. It directed the decisions I made, a lot of the decisions that I made growing up. And I want to tell you that it still affects me today. So I want you to think about your words today and the words you speak to people and how you talk to people and what you say to them, because it can literally direct and change their lives like it did this young guy in the movie Greater. It's amazing what I saw in that movie of the influence and the effect of that the coaches had on his life. Now, I'm not an athlete anymore. I'm a little bit old for that, but I've got a lot of days that I can dream back on that I spent here on this field. A lot of great memories. And today I'm doing a whole nother thing. I'm in business. I'm a pharmacist, and I'm doing a lot of things in business. And I realize, even in business, the value of a coach and having great coaches to speak into your life. And I've got two great coaches I've had over the past few years that have spoke words of wisdom, words of encouragement into my life. Business coach Dan Miller and business coach Aaron Walker. These guys have been a great influence in my life in the past few years. And, you know, sometimes we need a coach. Sometimes we need somebody to push us. We need somebody to encourage us and push us along the way, especially if we get stuck. And coaches can do that. So I want all you guys out there that are coaches to think about the words you're saying. Think about what you're speaking into a person's life, what you're saying over the kids that you coach, especially if you're a youth coach, because it matters. And it can matter to them in a great, great way. So on this Feeling Good Friday, I want to say thank you to all these coaches that have been a tremendous part of my life. And I'm thankful for them. And I want to say to you, I want to challenge you today, rather, to make it a point today to speak some encouraging words to somebody. Maybe there's somebody you know that's down. They just need lifting up. They need an encouraging word. Speak that into their life today. Not just today, but every day. Look for somebody that you can speak an encouraging word to. Because, you know, this show is all about health. And my career, my life has been all about health and natural health and living healthy. Well, if you want to be healthier, you want to be blessed physically, mentally, spiritually, then do what I just said. Speak those words, because it will not only bless the person you're speaking to, it'll bless you as well. So get out there and do it today, guys. I want to thank you all for watching the Feeling Good broadcast every Friday. I want to thank you guys that are listening to my podcast, the Feeling Good Podcast, that are visiting the website, that are sending me emails, that are communicating on a regular basis. Thank you guys for doing that. Thank you all for sharing what I put out there. And I hope that what I've said today blesses you and blesses a whole lot of other people. And I encourage you to share this broadcast today with everybody, especially a coach. If you've had a coach that's influenced you, they're still living, thank them. Say thank you. I've thanked all of these guys that I just mentioned. And fortunately, I got to thank Coach Pierce before he passed away last year for the influence he had on my life. So don't neglect that. Thank somebody today. Share a blessing with somebody today. And have a great, awesome, Feeling Good Friday. And remember, I'm standing out here sweating. It's September, but it's still hot in Mississippi. So I want to remind you, you may not drink enough water, but you need to. So stay hydrated, my friends, and have an awesome weekend. God bless you all. See you somewhere in the world next Friday.